Hello and welcome to gagrule.net. This is Gagrule Live on Facebook. We're coming to you live. So good morning, Los Angeles. Good evening, Yerevan, and anything in between. And today I'm going to talk about this, how Turkey is fooling Bulgaria. In fact, even like a few years ago, Bulgaria didn't show in the education books in Turkey. They were showing Bulgaria as part of Turkey until Bulgarian education minister complained and they sort of modified it. Okay, so why is Erdogan rebuilding the church? They destroyed it now. And if you look at here, look at this picture. I'm just bringing it up. Look at here. You have Erdogan, his prime minister, and this guy is the imam, which we're going to talk later about. He is alBars, his name. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. He is armed with $2 billion, is the largest institution in Turkey. And then you have on the left side, the guy, he is a prime minister of Bulgaria. And then in between, there are some of those Bulgarian church leaders. Now you ask yourself, why would Erdogan, prime minister, Turkish leader, Bulgarian prime minister, they open this little church? This is how Turkey know what to do. The reason Turkey is doing this, because Bulgarian prime minister, which is on the left, is now the rotating president of European Union. So Turkey is corrupting him to go there, lobby for Turkey, so Turkey get in. That was another reason Turkey went to Greece, because Turkey now called the European fascists and crusaders and you name it, they're calling them. So that's why now it's using the real enemy, Turkish enemy, Greek and Bulgaria, to go lobby for Turkey. This is how evil the Turks are. They deceive you. So I have a message to Bulgarian Prime Minister. I hope if there are any Bulgarian listening to me to hear, they will send that message to Bulgarian Prime Minister. Here. Dear Mr. Prime Minister of Bulgaria, please do not fool yourself. We know Turk built or rebuilt church in Turkey. You know that is a scam. Why? Because Turkey knows you are the member or the rotating president of EU. And he's using that to fool you. The Turks will distract you. They will deceive you and they will destroy you. No one knows better than the Bulgarians' Turkish crime against humanity. You have almost 700,000 Turks in Bulgaria. They were all Bulgarian, ethnically cleansed. You know that. And Turkey, if they got in Europe, they will ethnically cleanse the entire Europe. They're evil. They have done this. They have history of hundreds of years of ethnic cleansing. So we ask you, please do not lobby for the Turkey to become member of Europe. You would be committing a crime against humanity just like the Turks. Turks don't belong there. Turks don't belong to anybody. They only care about. So this is what the Turks do. And they know when to become your friend, and they know when to destroy you. So they're fooling Bulgaria to lobby for them in European Union. Now, that's for Bulgaria. So that you be aware of it, why Turkey is schmoozing to Bulgaria. It's for little church. All those delegations to open little church, you know You have to understand how the Turks operate. So we like to inform you, we bring you update and what Turkey is doing. Then you have this Turkish, we mentioned it a few minutes ago, alBars. He is the highest ranking Turkish leader. They call him Dünyat, and has a $2 billion budget. And this is the guy who, in fact, give fatwa to this, when you look something, you just can't find it. To this, where is it? This girl. He's the one give fatwa, this 12-year-old that could get married. You see that? That was the guy. They give him so much power. That's what he does. So this guy now, he's in the U.S. You know, there is 2 imams in Turkey, now in the U.S. Of course, one is visiting, which is this guy, this Ali, and then you have this Fethullah Gulen, which has been in the U.S. for 15 years. He is almost owned 160 public charter school. So those 2 imams are fighting in control of U.S. public charter schools, indoctrinating American children. So this is the war between them. So now, you know, Turkey built this $120 million a mosque, the largest mosque in the world, in the backyard of Washington, D.C. Imagine, $120 million. This is during Obama. I think it was last year or year before last year. They did it. Okay. And so this guy, this imam, so basically the way we hear that this Fethullah Gulen is being supported by CIA. I don't know about that. This is according to Sable Edmond, the former FBI translator. And lots of other people are saying that. So this Fethullah Gulen is now in control. Lots of Americans are fighting to get rid of him, close these schools, because he's using American taxpayer money, billions of dollars. No one can do it. He lives in Pennsylvania, in rural Pennsylvania, and nobody can launch. He's so powerful. And then this guy now is coming to the United States, like visiting, going into this mosque, and I'll show you his preaching, that he wants the other Turks to go and open school across United States teaching Islam and Turkishness. Those 2 are fighting in control of United States schools. Imagine this. And then this Fethullah Gulen bringing Turks to teach Americans English. Go figure out how evil Turkishness is. So here is what this guy, this new Ali alBars, sorry, I don't know, the Turks have very convoluted names anyway. So anyway, so here is this Ali's preach. If you understand Turkish, you probably know what he is telling.
Cenab-ı Hakk'ın en önemli değerlerinden birisi olan camilerimizi bu noktada birer medrese olarak, birer eğitim yuvası olarak ve her birimizin sığındığı Cenab-ı Hakk'ın mabetlerinden birisi olarak, Beytullah'ın şubelerinden birisi olarak değerlendirebileceğimizi düşünüyorum. Bu konuda bütün mümin kardeşlerime Cenab-ı Hakk'ın en önemli değerlerinden birisi olan camilerimizi bu noktada birer medrese olarak.
So I hope you understand what he is saying. I don't know Turkish. So this is what they're doing to United States. If you think they are just ruining Middle East, no, no, no. They are here, and then they have infiltrated the military side of it, this military-industrial complex, and so there you go. How Turkey does business in Europe. They fool the European, they fool the Americans, they fool the Arabs. Now the young Arabs are waking up to these things. And here is this guy, I think he's economic minister of Turkey. And I want you to listen to him a little bit.
Dedi ki, bu dedi işte falanca tarihte MİT tırlarıyla Suriye'ye silah göndermekten dolayı pişman mısınız? Biz büyük bir devletiz. Biz üzerinde sorumlulukları olan ecdadın bize emanet ettiği bu kültür coğrafyasının çadır direği devletiyiz. Çadır direği. Bütün tamamının kastı ve gözü o çadır direğini indirmektir. Çünkü çadır direğini aldığınız zaman çadırın bütün coğrafyanın, kültür coğrafyasının çökeceğini çok iyi bilirler. Büyük devletin büyük işleri ve büyük hesapları olur. O soysuzlar, o hainler, o aklını ve ruhunu bir yerlere peşkeş çekmiş olan...
Okay, I don't understand what he's saying, but the way I was explained, that he was saying how they send 15-year mujahideen to Cyprus, then after that they went and occupied. This is Turkish typical technique. They always send mercenaries, create atrocity, and then they justify their invasion. And he's also saying that's how we did even in Syria. We sent mujahideen. And of course they did exactly the same thing in Siberia, Yugoslavia, Serbia. They brought those Kosovo Liberation Army, a terrorist organization. They trained them in Turkey. They sent them back. They created atrocity. So they went to NATO, justified to go destroy Serbia. They created two Turkish republics, the Kosovo and Bosnia. See, this is what they do. Terrorism is the heart of Turkishness. This is what always, throughout their history, they use terrorism. And so this is why these guys help. Even in Mosul, I talk about it, I made videos, you could go look at when they went they sent their terrorists to Mosul. That was their idea. They was going one step at a time. So that's really what I need to talk about it. And also there is, because in Turkey right now, a single tweet will put you in jail. Single tweet. Now here is what Turkish intellectual in France 24 said about Erdogan.
The oppression is very strong. And as it goes stronger and stronger, the opposition gets, of course, weaker and weaker. Now, from one tweet, people are sent to jail. Thousands of university students. You know, Europe only hears about the writers, the journalists. Thousands of university students are in jail, just from one tweet.
So people are afraid of Twitter, obviously.
They're even afraid to breathe. I mean, how can you organize an opposition in that? You can't even write a tweet. You know, even the Twitter was closed down for some time. So the situation seems very grave. And not only people are arrested, some symbols like me, Ahmet Altan, a huge list, Selahattin Demirtas, but they are also sentenced. I mean, an HDP parliamentary was sentenced to 16 years last week. 16 years is no joke. They are asking life sentence for Ahmet Altan, aggravated life. For me, for many people. They start with 15 years and goes up to life sentence, and they will start giving those sentences very soon.
What about your own trial? Are you pessimistic as well there about your chances of being acquitted? When is it? But it's in March.
It's in March.
Supposed to be in March of this.
Well,
So you could see the Turks are dangerous even for themselves. You could hear that this is a Turkish intellectual. Thousands of students in jail. Journalists, politicians, soldiers, generals. Turks are dangerous people. They can't even live with among themselves. That's why I am justifying it. Partitioning Turkey has to be partitioned so that the Turks can live peace among even themselves. So that's what my take. Please let us know what you think. We appreciate your input, and we have some people for interview, but we're still waiting when they're gonna come up. And so this is my take today on, and we'll continue expose and explain Turkish atrocity in the region, in the United States, anywhere in the world. And we also appreciate your input into this so that we could educate the public how dangerous Turkey is. Thank you for watching. Have a good morning, good evening, wherever you are. We'll see you our next episode. Bye.